Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's Thursday. It's Korner Booth pregame.
No debate, cause they sold. I'm too official, got the drip, I got the sauce. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, yeah. Still standing and defiant. Slay the competition, cause I'm walking like a giant. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth.
Love to see this team add another receiver, whether that's trade or free agency.
It's okay. Pittsburgh's the AARP retirement home.
There's a bunt record. That person's never going to have to worry about that thing ever getting broken.
I hate analytics. I think it's ruined the game I grew up loving.
I will do unspeakable things for the Giants to win this rule.
Oh, pause. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for the technical issues. I might punt my laptop through a roof today or over one. I might full McAfee send it. But we're happy to be here. Happy Monday, Victory Monday to all those Eagles fans who are celebrating. Wild NFL day this past week. We have a great Monday Night Football game tonight, so that's going to be a fun one as well. I realize my camera's a little off. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you had an amazing weekend as much as I did. Both my teams won, which is, a nice little thing to see that. Also, my Diamondbacks are a game out of the wild card after they sold their entire roster for prospects that kind of suck. So, when life gives you lemons, or in this case, a vitamin water IV mixed with 2 spin drifts and some mango juice. So, there you go. But my co-host is here, ladies and gentlemen, joining us now. Honestly, I don't know how to check the vibe check on this guy, but ladies and gentlemen, Matt Ordazzo.
I'm numb. I don't feel anything. It is what it is. I'm the weeks of every year just upsets that I just am just immune.
Yeah. What's cracking me up besides the fact that
there we go. Nice.
Yeah.
My back.
So my laptop is basically having a seizure because apparently opening up Instagram is a problem now. I hate this damn thing. I hate this whole operating system. I want to pump my laptop through a ceiling. But it's got to run me for another year or so. So all that aside, definitely, yeah. Matt, I called you. I was like, yes, they blocked it. We got a Jets dub. It's happening. And then Baker did Baker things.
Yeah, you were on the phone with me. You're like, Buka. And I was like, oh, no. I'm like, I must be behind. And then I saw it. And I'm like, all right, whatever. It's a long field goal. And then the freaking screen on the blitz and the 2 blown tackles that just put them in better field goal territory. And then the icing on the cake was that if you notice on the game-winning field goal by the Bucs, the Jets left the complete middle open. And I'm like, for the love of everything, just do it again. Worst comes to worst, you get the flag and they push it closer, and then and the inevitable it's just everybody's kind of getting on Will McDonald for running it in so quickly. I think he did the right thing. We were down a full touchdown. We weren't down a field goal. The way that offense was playing, it took them almost 4 full quarters to actually get some life in them to score a touchdown. So if anything, I think he did the right thing by running it in. We needed the touchdown to take the victory. That was what we did, and our defense just didn't come up with a stop. If we were only needed a field goal, then yeah, maybe down it at the 5, run the clock a little bit. But when you need that touchdown and the way that defense was playing on the Bucs, that blitz was killing us, there's just no guarantee that if he stopped 5 yards short or so of the end zone that we were actually going to score a touchdown. So I think he did the right thing. I just think the defense just kind of gave it up. They didn't come to play at that moment.
You know what the weirdest part of this whole thing is? That the everyone's like talking about, obviously another feature of the 6-pack. We're gonna have Eagles and an apparent dude. I think I figured it out why my laptop's been so screwy. I think my what's it called? My power strip is shit. Okay, I figured it out. Because my laptop runs great when it's plugged into other things, but this power strip is booty. So I'll have to figure that out. Anyway, so while I figure out my life on that one at some point in the next 6 months, whatever. Definitely what cracked me about the win was we got the Buccaneers, who have had 3 come from behind victories. Not kidding, the Jets. The Jets had them, Falcons had them, and who they play week 2?
Houston.
Houston, yeah, Texans. We watched them Monday Night Football. So, I keep hearing, are the because the Eagles knocked the Rams down a peg. They couldn't close us out.
I think the Eagles are going to be the biggest test. Well, obviously it's the obvious, but I think the Eagles are going to be the Buccaneers' biggest test right now. Because the Eagles, Buccaneers 3-0, Baker's playing great. They've had 3 come from behind victories, but think about who they played. Like now, when you see these teams now, they're all 1-3, 0-3, 1-3. I mean, the Falcons don't look good. The Texans don't look good on offense. The Jets are just a mess right now on both sides of the ball right now. It's not like, any of those victories were the Lions, the Ravens, the Bills, the Chiefs, or, the Chargers, anything like that. So I think them going to play Philly is going to be a huge test to see if they are a real deal. Because every year we have those teams where we question, are you a legit undefeated team? Remember the time the Steelers were like 11-0 and everybody said they had a cakewalk of a schedule. And then they got, lost in the first round of the playoffs. So this will be a big test to see if the Buccaneers are the real deal or if maybe they're a pretender. I don't think they're a pretender, but you also got to understand, again, Falcons, Texans, Jets, all under 500 teams, some 0-3 like the Jets. So the Eagles are going to be their biggest test. This is their first legit team so far of the season. This will be, how we, identify the Buccaneers.
What really kind of interests me about the Buccaneers, now Mike Evans, we don't know exactly how long he's out for. We're supposed to get Chris Godwin back possibly next week. Definitely the week after. Ibuka has been going ballistic, which is great. I think it's been great for Baker. The 1-2 punch of Rashad White and Bucky Irving, which has just been phenomenal. And Cade Otton's no slouch at tight end. What is really intriguing to me about the Bucs is their defense they're not elite, but they hang on in games. Like, they don't allow the game to get away from them. They're always kind of in it, which a lot of these teams that barely win games, their defense is like okay, but I don't know if we're looking at like last year's Eagles or we're looking at the 2022 Giants. Like, I don't know both teams made the playoffs, but which scenario again? I think I agree next week. I think with Philadelphia, this is like the big test. Like, obviously, you can talk about like yesterday how Philadelphia got down early, and we're going to talk about that game in about 5 minutes because I have some thoughts. But with Tampa, what I've actually enjoyed watching about them is like they seem to handle like adversity like a championship team, which is a good sign, especially for January and October. Because remember, there were a couple bad back-to-back years. They've been a bad throw or a bad catch from going and advancing in the playoffs. And it's kind of been like a fun little thing. It's like, hey, can Baker finally advance? Like, remember when when he's on the Browns, they were a couple of bad plays away from knocking the soon to be Super Bowl loser Chiefs out. Then 2023, they couldn't put away the Lions. And then 2024, they take Jaden Daniels to the limit. They just couldn't close it. So I think with Baker, this is like, can they close in the playoffs? Where the team they're playing, sometimes they've had the Eagles number the last 2 meetings, and it's been ugly. And honestly, I think they have a winning record against us in the last like 10 games. I think it's whatever. But the Bucs are, I think, out of the 4 teams we had to play early, and the Eagles' schedule for the first 4 games is brutal. But I'm excited for Sunday's game. I think it's going to be fun. Baker versus Jalen, round 4 or round 5 should be a good one. Definitely think this game is going to get intense. And I'm waiting to see. I hope Mike Evans plays because I want to see Mike Evans versus Quinyon Mitchell too. Because last time these teams lined up, I think Mike Evans had one catch for like 13 yards against Mitchell. And then they swapped him over to Slay's side and he was blasting through him. But Godwin was butchering us a lot last year as well. So, also last year, Philly took them on with basically a practice squad receiving room. Shout out John Ross. But yeah, Maddie, I'm excited for this game a lot. We're trying a new solo layout, obviously. So, like, you know, when one of us is monologuing, the other one's just put his head down and it looks terrible on camera. So me and Nate are going to get a workout today, hitting those solo monologue screens. By the way, Nate's here. Hi, Nate.
Hi.
You okay, buddy?
Nope. Bit my lip today.
Oof.
That was coming out pre-show. Then I saw the color red, obviously, because, you know, blood is red. You know what else is red? The Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, 9 points, which is also the same number that Graham Gano wears.
Do you want to talk about it?
You know, no, I don't. I think I wanted to. I joked around in the group chat saying that if the Giants lost, I'd like a day off. Obviously,
I granted it.
Yeah, and I appreciated that. But no, I wanted to be here. I love seeing you both. As always, it's it's one of the highlights of my day on Mondays and Thursdays. But no, I think that if I talk about it, the less I'm gonna enjoy football for the rest of the season. Just know that our kicker sucks and always gets injured. Russell Wilson, I'm done with him. I realized what people were saying, that he's gonna frustrate you at times and have that occasional one good game. And yeah, obviously you guys know who I want starting week 4, and that's all I'll say.
Jameis Winston.
No, don't do it.
I don't
know. Jameis, you're gonna put up another Russ game, but he actually might win it because it's like it's Jameis. But like, oh my god, I would. I might go, Matt. Go. Sorry.
I don't know how I feel about starting Jackson Dart just yet. You know, I just, for a young kid's confidence as a rookie, I think sitting as long as you can for him would probably be the best bet, even if he is ready to go right now. But I just wonder, like, is the Chargers really the right team to put him at right now?
I was looking up for their plan next thing, like, no.
I think for the sake of that kid's confidence and everything going forward, I think you tough it out one more week and then you throw him in for the New Orleans game. I think you give that kid a layup win right there.
I'm telling you right now, you give him 2 more weeks. You put him in after the bye. When's your bye week, Nate?
Like November, December.
Oh, okay. Give it 2 or 3 more weeks. Put Jameis in. Trade Russ to a team that needs a quarterback, and just let Jameis go ballistic and just get some entertainment out of it. Because there's some actual like logic behind my Looney Tunes theory. It's that you want the kid to observe. And Russ plays so rigid, it just looks so uncomfortable when he's in the pocket. Where it's like Jameis plays the opposite of Russ, where it's just free flowing, chuck it off his back foot, hit him on the crosser. Oh, hospital ball, never heard of it. Chucking in double coverage, quadruple coverage, does not matter. He'll also throw for 500 damn yards. It's just, I think for Jackson Dart, it almost might be more beneficial to see both sides of the coin because Russ was playing rigid and still threw 2 stupid interceptions. And there's a reason why everyone's like, oh, Hurts only threw for 110 yards against the Chiefs. Yeah, because they're playing the same damn coverage the Chiefs were playing. He just knew it was like, screw it, everything's underneath.
Yeah. Scatterbo had a day though. I love that he scored.
Tyron Tracy's hurt.
Yeah, so for those Giants fans out there, Dante Turbo Miller may be activated soon, so y'all be ready.
It's okay.
Get ready for that Dante anytime touchdown prediction.
Yo,
hey,
listen,
we just are doing that more.
One other running back injury happened. We have James Conner, unfortunately, is down and out. Looks like for a very long time. I happened to pick up Trey Benson on the off chance. I picked Trey Benson and Ollie Gordon up in fantasy for the off chance that either of their starters who have a history of injuries got hurt. And unfortunately, it was James Conner. So I have Trey Benson to replace Tyrone Tracy. Don't know how I feel about it, but I I feel bad for Tyron
Backup on
Tracy.
the Cardinals.
Trey Benson.
And then behind him is DeMarcado, I think.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Yeah, good
Oh,
call.
somebody picked him up already. Come on.
What, Trey Benson?
Somebody already has him on their roster.
It's Jared.
Yeah.
No,
I'm on this league, in a different league. I have him in
yeah.
my friend league, which is where I have Tyron Tracy. He's my starting running back, one of my starting running backs. I need Montgomery to go ballistic tonight because I don't feel like going 1 and 2.
Fun fact. In my league that I have, my friend Isaac, one of my best friends, we made a trade last week. Yeah, we made a trade last week. Devontae Smith and James Conner for Keenan Allen is what So I got Keenan Allen. He got Devontae Smith and James Conner.
I mean, it half worked for him.
Oh, well, he texted me immediately on Sunday. He's like, bruh. I'm like, what? He's like, Connor's hurt. I'm like, oh.
I had to have him traded. In 2010, they traded Kenny Britt straight up for Deshaun Jackson when Kenny Britt was going ballistic. I made the trade Saturday. It went official Sunday morning.
Oh.
My buddy accepted it Sunday morning, an hour before Kenny Britt tore his ACL.
Oh.
And he's like, can I get it back? I'm like, no. Like, no. He was so mad. It was my buddy's little brother. He was so mad at me because he scooped D-Jax in the draft, like the pick before me. And was like doing nah. And he didn't think I'd be ballsy enough to trade him Kenny Britt. But like, I also was like, I remember this. I thought he was being so sneaky because I was like, oh, Kenny Britt's schedule with the Titans was going to get awful after that ballistic game he had. It's like, okay, trade him now. I was like, and I traded him, and then I see it's like third play of the game, he tears his ACL. And I was like, oh. So yeah,
I traded Chris Carson his rookie year for Keenan Allen. That was the same year Keenan Allen was going off. So it was a good trade. The guy got Chris Carson, I got Keenan Allen. And then maybe the day or the game after, like the trade happened, in the very next game, Chris Carson broke his leg. And I was able to keep Keenan Allen. I think I went to the championship. And then recently, like a couple of days ago I traded J.K. Dobbins for George Pickens. And then CeeDee Lamb is now out for like 4 weeks. So now Pickens is wide receiver 1. So, and I need a receiver bad. So that's going to be big time for me.
Heck yeah.
I need to make a trade. Nate's in me and Nate in our DJ's league.
You want to trade with me?
Right now, Nate's taking me to the cleaners.
Sweet.
Oh, finally won a game.
Oh, I'm convinced because I'm defending champion in that league. I'm gonna go 0-16 or something, like guaranteed.
You're not the Lions.
No, I'm more like the Browns.
Need more points.
Oh no, all my guys played already. I'm getting screwed by my wide receivers and everything. Like the only one who came up tough for me was AJ Brown this week. Every other receiver screwed me.
Damn, TJ Watt put up 25 fantasy points.
Yeah, I thought I was good. Zach Bond had a couple tackles for loss and a pick. I'm like, I'm set. Go Nate is TJ Watt. I'm like, son of a. So that's how
every week.
Who?
I've just been throwing Max Crosby in there every week.
Yeah, I might switch to a pass rusher because I love Zach Bond, but he like 80% of what makes him a top 3 linebacker in football is like all the stuff he does off the ball. He's not, like, I might just try to go get a sack machine. Like, honestly, I should have just played Jordan Davis. I probably would have had like 30 points. All right.
Yeah, Caleb Williams finally had a game for me in that league.
So tonight, obviously, we have my game, which we're going to break down in about 20 minutes. That is the final game of the 6-pack. Because back-to-back weeks where Monday Night Football brings some heaters. I love it. ESPN, way to not suck. We're going to talk, obviously.
Next week. Until next week.
What's next week?
Next week's a doubleheader.
Yes,
doubleheader.
Sir.
I know it's 7:15. It's Jets and Dolphins.
Woo!
But
the toilet bowl is back, baby.
Oh, wait, it gets worse. Because the 8:15 game is Broncos and Bengals.
Dun, 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 dun.
So my theory, 2 terrible games equals 1 decent night. Decent.
I will argue that the first game between the Jets and the Dolphins is actually going to be must-watch TV. I think in the same aspect where we thought Giants and Cowboys was going to be bad and end up being great, I think in the same aspect Dolphins and Jets are both going to go absolutely nuclear on each other.
Yeah, that game definitely has potential to be.
The Broncos are going to railroad the Bengals. The Bengals look dead. Free Jamar Chase, y'all.
I denied a trade actually today. I have Xavier Worthy. I put in the chat. I have Xavier Worthy. The other guy has T. Higgins. He randomly suggested T. Higgins for Xavier Worthy straight up, which I was thinking about because T. Higgins, healthy receiver, much better wide receiver too.
Yeah.
The one thing that's really keeping me from pulling that trigger was the fact that Jake Browning's going to be throwing him the ball, and that Jake Browning has not looked good these last couple of weeks. And I trust Patrick Mahomes a lot more than Jake Browning, and Xavier Worthy's looking like he's probably going to play this week's. And I got a couple more weeks of him being wide receiver 1, so I'm going to take that gamble and keep him. But I think Miami and the Jets has potential to be a slugfest, and then I just think Browns and Bengals is going to be very one-sided. Or Bengals, Broncos. Yeah, that's going to be very one-sided.
That's going to get ugly. Like Dobbins might go ballistic, so might I don't know. I mean, like at least like this one's gonna be fun. We'll talk about that in 5 minutes. We're gonna talk. I want to give a quick shout out to Carson Wentz though. His first 2 touchdown, no interception game since week 14 playing for the Colts in 2021. We got to get Nathan. What's your point?
The ACC has officially moved to a 9-game schedule.
About time. I want to start kicking more ass.
And then the Falcons said Raheem Morris isn't the problem and fired their receiving coach and are giving their passing game coordinator receiving coach duties as well.
Former Miami Hurricane. I kill her to think it's Florida, actually. I don't even know where.
Who knows?
But all I know is this man won. He did it. Carson's did it. He's back.
That's one game. You get the Bengals, but I am very happy to see him succeed. He's better than in New York.
He played fairly well. He completed 14 to 20, 173 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. He did so good. Somebody named Max
Jacksonville team. He lost to a 4-win Jacksonville team in 2020 with the Colts, who are going to walk into the playoffs. At this point,
Justin Jefferson. That's what matters.
Exactly. And TJ
Hawkinson.
Which I picked him up last week in free agency. Everyone thought I was an idiot. And I'm like,
Everybody hates Adam Thielen. I don't know why they don't want to throw him the ball. I know he's older, but
he's older than dirt.
Receiver. He's a Viking. He's a Viking. I'm not gonna say legend, but he's a beloved Viking icon. Yeah.
He's yeah. All right. Nate, what was your point you wanted to bring? Did you make your point because we were talking about Carson Wentz?
Yeah, just better than what we have over here in New York, so I'm jealous. But good to see him succeed, man. It's good to see him succeed again.
There you go. All right, guys. We're gonna talk about the 6-pack.
Is your team first?
No.
Dang it.
I hate the Big Ten.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so mad about this game. I wasn't even that mad about South Carolina. That one I knew it was kind of a coin flip, but this one was just pathetic.
What was the spread?
I think it was 6.5 for Indiana.
Oh, boy. Ooh.
They covered and then some.
And then some is an understatement, boss.
Oh, man. I was the only one that took Indiana out of all of us.
Oh, whoop-de-doo for Matt.
I wasn't to pick Indiana. I forgot.
I just hate Kurt Cignetti so much I could not bet on him.
I just didn't like their quarterback because he transferred from Cal, but then, well, whatever.
It's all right. This game was sad. Just sad. All right, moving on. Speaking of fun games, Oklahoma outlasts Auburn. John Meter looked great. And Jackson Arnold wasn't awful. I guess that's the best way to put it. Like, I mean, obviously I know some Auburn purists, like, it wasn't enough. We lost to Oklahoma. It's like, yeah, this Oklahoma team might beat Texas. Just warning you now.
Hear me out. The Seattle Seahawks sign free agent. I assume he's a free agent tight end, Dan Arnold. And then in the draft, they draft Jackson Arnold. And you have Sam Darnold, Dan Arnold, Jackson Arnold, all on one team.
Were you doing like mushrooms today or something?
No, but I just thought that really.
That's pretty good. I will say.
That would be insane. Darnold to Arnold. Oh, man.
Arnold to Arnold eventually. I'm sure down the
Yeah.
line, if it works out.
Also,
All
shout out
three
to
on the
Alex.
field at one time.
Yeah, Arnold was okay. 32 for 21, one touchdown, no picks. Meter, 24 for 36, one touchdown, no picks. It was nasty. It was grimy. It was definitely an SEC game. Oklahoma, I think, is allergic to running the football. John Meter was their leading rusher with 29 carries on 10 attempts. So, I mean, this game was just weird to me. I mean, I'm trying to hold back a sneeze right now.
Let it out.
Yeah.
There it is.
Quick commercial break. Shout out to Southeastern Louisiana for scoring 10 points against LSU.
Yeah, shout out to LSU for putting 56 on them too.
Yes, sir. Heck yeah, man.
I'm trying to find out if my my upset hit or not.
Which one was it? What was your upset again, Matt?
SMU over TCU.
SMU. I am checking for you right now on the Real app, which I use for. They unfortunately did not. TCU won 35-24.
All right, not that terrible. So I didn't go perfect on the week. I'm just trying to. Do you know if? Well, I'm assuming I don't know anybody's upsets. Did Liberty beat James Madison?
Man, if it did, I'm gonna go ballistic. They indeed did not.
30, all right, two more for you.
I got you.
Jared had South Carolina upsetting Missouri.
Unfortunately, that is a loss.
And then last one, Brian had North Carolina. Oh, wait, they did not beat UCF.
They got whooped.
All right. Well, nobody's upsets hit.
Once again, hey, no surprise there. So far, we are like 1-11 on upsets this year, or 1-10. Who knows? Hi, boss. Good
I
to see you.
sneezed like 17 times.
Nate, while you were gone, Nate and I were going over the upsets. Not one of ours hit.
Did Brian? No, Brian's didn't even hit either. Didn't USF beat North
Brian's
Carolina?
was really bad. Yeah, North Carolina over UCF.
I should have picked San Diego State over Cal because San Diego State, the spread was like 6 in favor of Cal, and Cal got whooped 34-0. So it was a losing day for all of us.
Cal on the road or Cal at home?
Cal was away on the road.
Wouldn't have counted.
If I picked SDSU, poop. Okay.
But hey, one team of ours won this weekend in college football.
About time. At least
Bro,
that.
Listen, I'm going to say one thing about this because I don't know much about college football. I thought when you guys said Lagway was bad, I was like, okay.
What do you think we were joking?
You thought we were just being haters.
I didn't know he was that bad. Like, oh my God. Like, dang. Like
Bethune-Cookman's quarterback had more completions and more yards than Lagway against Miami.
That's a random name. A random college, but hey.
No, that's it for week 2. I swear to God, I'm going to throw everything on this desk out a window.
Shout out to Mark Fletcher, though. Boy was carrying the rock. 24 carries, 116 yards, and a tutty. And then
Dude, he's a human battering ram, and I love him. Let me go find some more tissues. I'm dying, apparently, so give me a second.
You're good. Jamar Brown, 18 carries, 80 yards, 2 tutties. Also had 50-plus receiving yards. Carson Beck didn't look that great. I know Jared's listening to that, but hey, that's okay because the run game did the job. And that's what matters.
Listen, as long as you win the game. I mean, obviously you care about how people perform, but as long as you win that game. So I'm going over. It looks like. All right, let me get these check marks going because we got some green going on in this 6-pack for everybody because we were all smart with a couple of these games.
I'm back. All right.
Hello.
Sorry. I don't know what the hell got in my nose over the past 10 minutes, but I'm losing my mind. All right, so the good news is that yes, Carson Beck looked like okay at best, but besides his one stupid interception, he played okay. The running game and the offensive defensive line were ballistic. It showed the physical talent of the trenches for Miami. Got to give a shout to Florida's pass defense though, because it also shut down Garrett Nussmeier. Didn't he only have one touchdown, Matt, or like he had a pick or something?
I don't think he had a pick, but I got the highlight. I got the stats right here.
Okay.
Nussmeier, nope, 25 of 31, 273 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Never mind.
You should ask how many Lagway threw.
Oh man, now Lagway had what 5?
He had
5.
Cinco.
Garrett Nussmeier finally had an amazing game to the point where Michael Van Buren Jr. threw 12 passes in that game and also had a touchdown.
That's outstanding. Shout out to him.
All I know
And
is next week, I have a bye. I have to deal with a bye week this week.
That's great. 1 week to not stress out over the Canes.
I will still find a way to stress out over the Canes because next week we got to play those dummies from Tallahassee, and I'm in that game. You think I'm going to get ballistic against Florida? You haven't seen me until I go berserk for both Miami and Florida State being ranked. In the history of the rivalry, both teams have been, since I've been a fan, since 2015. I joined the rivalry in 2015. The dummies from up top, upstate, and us, neither team has been ranked when we played each other.
God, we LSU has Ole Miss next week. That's going to be the test. We took out Clemson week 1. That was big. We need to take out Ole Miss.
I'm almost rooting for Florida State to beat Virginia because I want them at their best when we kick their ass.
And we have Boston College.
Nice.
Nate, are you a Cal fan or what are we doing here?
Yeah, what are we doing here? Like, I feel like this is like you said you're leaving your girl, but you keep going back to her every week.
Yeah, 'cause she's fine as hell.
No, she's not.
No, well, I try. Sorry. Well, that's why we're finding a new one.
You're so much better.
Yeah, so far my choices. So it's still LSU's up there, Notre Dame's up there, Miami is still up there, of course, for you, boss. I need to just get over the fact that the colors don't freaking matter, but they kind of
The white is so clean with that helmet.
Yeah, I do have to give it to Miami. That whole white, green, and orange is pretty nice.
As I will say,
they do it a lot better than the other Miami team because I think the green is better than the teal for the Dolphins.
Nate, you also have to realize when they do their blackout uniforms, the Miami Knights, dude, those are so clean.
Oh yeah,
Jared, I think we have to accept the fact that he's probably going to go Notre Dame with Brian.
Yeah, I know he's gonna.
Hey,
pick the path of more misery. I don't.
What if I pick Ole Miss? Because Eli Manning came from Ole Miss.
Jackson Dart came from Ole Miss.
See, and they're blue, and I love blue.
I want Nate to be happy.
If Nate comes on the show one day, if he comes on the show one day and he goes, guys, I watched Rudy, it was actually pretty good, then I know he's gonna be a Notre Dame fan.
Yeah, if he says Rudy was pretty good, I might give him a 1-week suspension.
Well, I've seen so many TikTok clips to the point where it's like I don't need to watch the movie.
He was offsides.
He came in for one play. You said he was offsides, and that's it. He had
even
a sack.
Joe Montana didn't like him.
Even Brian doesn't like it.
Yeah. See, Brian's one of the few Notre Dame fans I actually like because I'm like, oh, you understand the whole movie was bullshit. Okay, great.
We're going to be miserable tomorrow, by the way. Catch us on the 30 podcast tomorrow. Sorry.
Imagine if I had a podcast where I did my own show with a Jets fan. You know how bad that would be? Like in the sense of like depression.
Like, how would you start the show off tomorrow? Like if you had a show, Matt, how would you start off an episode?
I would play
Simon Garfunkel.
I would play the Disturbed song "Sound of Silence" just to start it off, the intro. When it's just like "Hello, darkness, my old friend."
That's literally the song by Simon Garfunkel.
Yeah, but I like their version better. But I would play that, and it would probably be me and McCarthy just sitting there for 5 seconds, just upset.
No, he'd find a way to shamelessly plug himself.
No credentials.
Yeah.
This is why we love McCarthy, because we will bust his balls about it every time, and he gets it, he understands the joke, and then we'll shamelessly plug himself. We're like, yes.
Shout out to him, man. He's great. He's fantastic.
We'll get him back on the show. It's been a couple weeks. All right.
I hope he's doing okay.
He's doing great. I think I talked to him 2 weeks ago. All right. Moving on. Just like the Gators probably will from DJ Lagway, Billy Napier, and this entire football program. Anyway, let's talk about the 1 o'clocker. Go Birds!
That was a crazy game at the end.
He's fast. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. So to summarize this, my dad, who, has gotten used to watching football with me over the last 25 years, he was outside taking care of stuff, and he comes in and he goes, "How you doing?" And he goes, "I haven't heard, oh, they're losing." I'm like, "I haven't heard you yelling." He kind of alluded that I was pretty quiet in here. He didn't actually say I didn't hear you yelling, but kind of insinuated. I'm like, I've surpassed the threshold of yelling to just pure silence. I just sat there stewing and plotting ways to get at Kevin Patullo. Then I watched Jalen Hurts emasculate him on the sideline. Or maybe not emasculate, but he definitely was yelling at him. And then the following drive, they go down and score. And I'm like, oh, so Jalen's the captain now. And so then they go down again. He hits AJ for a touchdown, and the entire stadium sounded like an earthquake. And then a couple stops, a blocked field goal by Jalen Carter. So he gets the ball back, drives down the field, a clutch run by Saquon, and then a little speed out to Devontae Smith, and we have the lead. I was very nervous. I was like, okay, Adoree Jackson's no longer on the field. We have a fighting chance now. Then Ja'Cory Bennett started getting smoked by Puka Nacua because Vic Fangio basically said in the second half to Quinyon, "You're following Devontae Adams the entire field. He's not allowed to catch another ball." He did in the entire second half, by the way. Shout out to Quinyon. Guantanamo Bay is alive and well, baby. But basically, Ja'Cory Bennett was getting smoked by Puka, and they get inside the 35, and I'm like, oh, crap, this is how it ends. We're going to lose to these weenies. Finally, and McVay and Jared Verse are going to be insufferable. And then Jordan Davis does the superhuman thing of blocking it. I was so nervous. I actually closed my eyes, and I hear, "It's blocked." I'm like, what? And I see Jordan Davis's big butt flying down the field, and me and my dad are going ballistic in that. I'm like, what? My dad has decided he's an honorary Eagles fan this year. He has forsaken his, or not forsaken, he has abandoned his Vikings fandom for some reasons that we'll not discuss on air. I tried to offer the Patriots, but they're such a, he deserves to be happy. So I said, you know what? Be a fan of a winning program. Me and my mom are both Eagles fans, so he's like, I'm going to join the fun side. I'm like, cool. He loves the city of Philadelphia. He loves the mascot because, he's all about, American history and patriotism. So Eagles, Patriots, America. So, yeah, we were both going ballistic, and I was still in shock about an hour and a half later. I literally said to my buddies, "My God, yeah, the de-stressing period took about 4 hours of me drinking like heavy ABV IPAs while I was grilling because I just need to like calm down because the stress of losing, then slowly unstressing as we started coming back and realizing Jalen Hurts was just like the only time he only got like up or down was when he was screaming at Kevin Patullo, and then basically was just trying to hype everyone up and then kept doing all the passing Jalen Hurts things. So I'm going to say this for the idiots in the back. Jalen Hurts is a top 5 quarterback. He does not need to throw for 300 yards like your weenie of a quarterback who's not even in the top 5 because they can win without it. But they needed him this weekend because the Rams loaded the box on Saquon. Great game plan by the Rams. I'll give them all the credit in the world. It worked to a T. I think he had 57 yards or something like that. No touchdowns. Congrats. You did good. You shut out Saquon after he basically owns real estate in your stadium for the past year. But Hurts was electric factor. I think he had like a streak during the game of almost like 11 straight completed passes or something like that. I think he finished over 60% completion percentage, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Yeah. And he just did it. Turned it on and let it rip. And I've been saying this all season. Hurts is not the issue. It's Kevin Patullo's play calling. He was calling the plays too scared. And the worst thing that the NFL just did was the Rams. If the Rams kept it close and Hurts didn't go in on Patullo and the Eagles kind of never really changed their game plan, I think, like, okay, this is bad. But now you basically just saw, okay, the Eagles can literally just snap into it and just go ballistic on your secondary. So, I mean, listen, I want to see it again, but the Rams, who have a very good passing defense, were getting torched. So, yes, if there was no blocked field goals, they would have won. But That's if, ands, or buts. It's like also saying like the Rams, if they blocked Jalen Carter in the last play of the game, would have won. I hate that when Sean McVay goes, "Oh, we would have won the Super Bowl." It's like, you guys probably would have lost to the Commanders. Like, oh, are we serious right now? You guys couldn't stop a cold. You needed a snowstorm and an injured quarterback to even come close to us. But what are you doing? Sorry, Ghost is being weird. All right. Yes, that's my thoughts. Fellas, thoughts on Eagles-Rams from non-Eagles fans?
I was watching bits and pieces of the game because, as always, the Jets find a way to reel me back in and then utterly just slam me into the ground at the end of the day, as always, and I fall for it every week. But I did tune in a couple times to the Eagles, and I feel bad for everybody that took the Rams to cover. And that's all the bettors out there that took the Rams to cover.
DJ's text in the group chat was like the perfect timing.
But no, it was insane. Those back-to-back blocked field goals by the Eagles, just icing on the cake right there. So shout out to them. Great team, 3-0. All playing, like you said, they're finding ways to win games, and they're not even using their quarterback to do it. And not a lot of teams can do that.
And when they need to, he comes through. So there it is. Move on to the last game. Oh, Nate, sorry, I didn't mean to. Nate, thoughts on Rams-Eagles?
Once again, Hurts proved why he's a top 5 quarterback. When called up, when needed, he will chuck it, and he sure did chuck it when the game plan needs to be switched. And like I said earlier, Jordan Davis can run, and that big old man can run for real.
Nate was like, "Run, big man, run!"
I needed something to be excited about on Sunday, and that was one of them for sure. It's cool to see other teams succeed, especially when yours can't do crap on Sundays or Mondays or Thursdays.
See, Nate, once we get a little deeper in the season, you'll start to see as a top college prospect starts to emerge as like a tackle. Maybe Francis Mauanoa.
Oh, if that big boy, he plays on the right side, right?
Right tackle for the Hurricanes, yeah.
Oh my
God.
An
absolute man mauler, or a Ruben Ban. Actually, no, you have too many pass rushers. Shut up.
We need some lineman, boss, for sure.
You need some offensive linemen, and maybe Saint, the outside linebacker. I mean,
yes,
yep. Maybe go get a corner. Actually, no, they really don't have any corners who are draft age yet. Xavier Lucas and OJ Federico are both sophomores.
We do need some inside linebackers. So if you have some.
I think Bassane is an outside linebacker. But yeah, no, Miami's defense is crazy. I want Ruben Bain in the Eagles uniform. I know it's not going to happen, but I can still dream. Well, Ruben Bain's like my favorite human. Dude literally has like a notebook where he just writes F this team on it every week, and it's very funny.
Shout out to Howie. Another signing today. Xavier Gibson has joined the Eagles.
Oh, all of our teams.
I know, right?
He's hit the Korner Booth trifecta. Congratulations, Xavier. You played for every team in the Korner Booth this year. Don't know how, or we'll call it the New Jersey 3, technically.
Sure. Yeah.
All three teams technically are either playing in or represent a section of New Jersey.
He is in our honorary Hall of Fame.
I don't know why he's even on the roster, because he's not. I think he's only there because, like, I think Tank Bigsby was not that good in returning kicks last week.
We're
literally chucking also the Rams with this dead ball kick is crazy. I was blown away. I'm like, they're doing it comes in like a knuckleball and it bounces so wild. They were putting us inside the 5 inside the 10 almost every drive. It was absurd.
You know why he's there?
This gotta be cheating, right? But it's not. It was actually very well done.
Xavier Gibson's on the Eagles because Joe Douglas wants to prove to everybody that he was not wrong for keeping him on that team and never cutting him.
Watch, he actually goes to the Eagles and fixes whatever he's got for yips and goes ballistic.
He just has to. He's better receiving, catching wise, but for some reason on kick returns and punt returns, he's got butterfingers.
I mean, the problem is he's the 6th guy on our roster for receiver.
Yeah, he's not touching him.
He's not gay. He's a practice. Yeah. No. They cut Keon Green off the practice squad.
So maybe he was trash. Man, Texas fans are right. Shout out to Hector.
Yeah, shout out to Texans fans for proving me wrong. Listen, I figured if anybody could change, it'd be Vic. It'd be the greatest offensive line coach of all time, Jeff
That's
Stoutland.
when you know. Yeah, I was saying that's when you know you're just straight
Dude,
garbage.
he
When
legit
even the
resurrected
Eagles
Mekhi
can't fix you.
Becton's career. Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, Matt Pryor should be jettisoned into the sun. Not really, just maybe the Miami Dolphins. He was the backup right tackle for the Eagles when Lane Johnson went out in the first half and gave up like 3 sacks, one of which I saw Jalen Hurts basically decked by Jared Verse.
That was him? Oh,
yeah.
No. Get him out.
Yeah, so they put in our boy Big Brad Fred Johnson comes in night and day. Fred Johnson looks like a pro, and I'm just like, oh, this is what it's like to have a functioning tackle again. Great.
Are you sure you're not talking about James Hudson?
Listen, James Hudson, give me him as for the heavyweight title of the world in the UFC. We're down.
That guy. They say, hey, as soon as they took him out the game.
Hey, Andrew Thomas played last night, Nate. Come on.
I've never heard of a lineman be on a snap count until last night.
Yeah, that one I was like, really?
Listen, for him, yeah, you need it.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to this. This was a good game.
Yes.
I don't understand Bo Nix.
Me
I
either.
do.
What's going on?
I tried to warn you guys.
Yeah, but like he was so good rookie year.
I told you guys, plus Erica. I said it. You saw his ceiling. Guys have tape on him now. It's not rocket science. He's a poor man's Alex Smith. You can only coach a guy to be so good. This is what drives me crazy. And now you can clip this. I'm going to go on a rant for a second. Bo Nix does not have elite arm strength. He does not have elite speed. He has elite, I'm okay at everything. And it's not a bad thing in the NFL to be okay at everything as a quarterback, from mobility to accuracy to ball placement to being able to read a defense. It's okay to be average, because you know what? Not every quarterback's going to be Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, or Jalen Hurts. You literally can be okay. Alex Smith won like 100 games his career doing that. He was a little better than okay. No disrespect to Alex Smith, but you get my point. Why it drives me nuts about the Bo Nix comparison? I've been saying this since he got drafted by the Broncos. I said it was a reach. I think he's a good kid and a good quarterback. But the problem is his ceiling is low. And unfortunately, you can only coach so much out of it. And what drives me insane is that people are trying to say, oh, Bo Nix. It's like, there's nothing more he can do with his God-given talent. And the way yes, he has about the same arm strength as like a Drew Brees, but Drew Brees had legendary pinpoint laser accuracy, where Bo Nix, I sometimes worry he's going to sail one over and it's going to get picked. Like the Broncos had every chance in the world to put away the Chargers and they couldn't do it. And why? Because their offense is bogged down by the fact they have all these decent weapons around him, and all these good running. It's the Denver Broncos roster to me is very simple. A bunch of B minus, and C plus weapons, which honestly in the NFL is not awful. And you have a quarterback who's a B minus with an elite defense on the other side. That team should win 10 to 11 to 12 games, depending on schedule strength. And they may not win 8 games because Bo Nix is going to hold that offense back. J.K. Dobbins was going off yesterday, and I'm looking at this team, and I'm not scared of him scoring. If you can get 1 or 2 shots off on that defense, maybe beat PS2 across on a crosser, or maybe get one over the top, or get maybe running back past their line of scrimmage, their front 7, get up 21-14, or even 28-14, and you might win just because their offense looks so sluggish. They literally need to rely on the running backs to score. And I don't hate their receiving core, but it's not anything I'm scared of. I'm just kind of like, eh. So it's okay. Like Troy Franklin's the best story in their roster, in their receiving core right now. He's okay at best. I think this is a game. The Charger. This is a kind of a poor man's version of Eagles Rams. Very similar scenario. Favorite team comes in, should have won. This time it's on the road, and they just look sluggish. But in the end of the game, big time players make big time plays. Herbert drives the field, hits Keenan Allen in the end zone on a great pass. Got to give credit where credit is due to Herbert. And then they drive down the field again after getting a stop, and they get a field goal because Michael Badge is the top 3 kicker in the league. Spoiler for our next segment. So, to me, the whole game was just a tapestry of the peak of what you're getting out of Bo Nix. Sorry to go ballistic. You teed me off, and I was like, I just turned the accelerator. I'm like, we're going. And somebody's going to get on me for that. But it's just like on tape, he doesn't look impressive. And they're like, there's nothing he does where I'm like, oh, crap. Like, as much as people bag on Hurts because he has an elite arm strength, he's like an elite runner. He never gets rattled. He looks like he's always in the right spot. And every throw against a very good Rams defense hit the spot. I don't know what to tell you, man. He just looks like poor man's Alex Smith. And unfortunately, I think their ceiling is 10 wins and a first-round exit.
You were so close on that Alex Smith career win thing. I looked it up. He had 99. I was like, oh, man, he was off by 1. That was really good. No, Bo Nix, it looks like just 1 week he's okay. The next week he has a good game. That week after that he's okay. He's just what I'm getting at is just obviously he's just been a little inconsistent this year. Justin Herbert, he did have that interception, but he also had a touchdown, 300 yards. He looks good. He's having a great year. The Chargers are having a great year. The
Madison Beer effect.
Yeah. Hey, listen. Maybe she has a sister or a cousin that Sauce can get with because Ice Spice was not it production wise. But
they broke up already.
Yeah, they broke up. Yeah, I thought that would help them. Then it did not. But anyways, Broncos 1-2, Chargers 3-0. Broncos are definitely surviving by. I don't know, man. If you get a mediocre performance by Bo Nix, but the defense, shows up, it's like, it's a 50-50 shot. They just need him to be a little above average right now. And 14 for 25 for 153 yards and a touchdown is just not going to cut it. You got to get that numbers up. You got to have more, throw the ball a little more. You got to get more passing yards. J.K. Dobbins is actually looking pretty good, but how long are you going to be able to trust that health of his for?
I hope it's the whole season.
The thing is you got Cortland Sutton's got 6 receptions for 118 yards and a touchdown, and the next person before that was 3 catches for 14 yards. That was the second highest pass, receiving leader for that game and that team. You got to work that ball around. Can't be so predictable.
Yeah. And Nate, any thoughts on Chargers Broncos before we roll over to Monday Night Football preview?
Yeah, not sure if I said this last week, but I love Keenan Allen back on the Chargers. He looks great. Herbert, the connection with him
feels
and Herbert
right.
It feels right. It sure does. And
him and his weird collarbones. Him and his weird shoulders later.
Yeah, those shoulders look a little weird. I ain't gonna lie.
Apparently, that's what could have happened to me if I didn't. I didn't rehab my shoulder, so because that's an AC joint thing.
Yes.
And I have. If anybody who knows me personally knows, I have 2 bad AC joints in one in each shoulder.
Rah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like football.
Yes, you do.
Yeah,
hey, Nate, I do. It could be worse. You could be spending so much on your payroll that you basically outspent 80% of baseball teams, and you've just been surpassed by the Reds, who sold at the deadline, and the Diamondbacks, who sold at the deadline, who are only a game behind them.
Poor Brian.
Yeah, poor Brian, but not poor Mets. Like, the Mets have this coming.
By the way, please, the Titans need to fire Callahan.
Save
ASAP.
Cam Ward, save Alec Aomanor, and save Calvin Ridley.
The game between the Titans and the Colts was one of the more depressing games I've watched with my best friend Josh. He was not happy.
Yeah, I tell him my heart aches for him because you told him I'm a big Cam Ward guy.
He is I did. He is so happy that he's there. He supports him, obviously. But when the head coach doesn't know how to call plays and decides to kick a 64, 65 yarder.
64, I think.
For no reason. Haha. Great game planning.
I give up. Brian Callahan should be thrown in jail for what he's doing to that offense. They have so many good weapons. Honestly, Tony Pollard, not a bad running back. Calvin Ridley and Alec Aomanor, or I can never.
Ridley, yes, he's not great. He's been dropping a lot of balls.
Yeah, you know what? Keep giving him reps, he'll get it. I think it's just the vibing in the season right now.
It's been
which is frustrating because as a fantasy owner of Calvin Ridley, he gets the targets. He'll get 8 or 9 targets a game, but he only comes up with maybe 3 or 4 of those as catches.
You know what? Eventually, he's going to catch a couple of them, and we're going to be like, yes, we're happy we kept him in the elite lineup. All right. Anyway,
Someone was like, "Oh, Cam should slow down. Should let go, not let go, but rather not put too much force to his passes." But I'm just like, bro, that's what makes him special. Like, what the heck?
he literally his elite arm strength. All right. So tonight's game, I'm excited for this one. Kicks off in about 20 minutes. Right now, Ravens are 4.5-point favorites at home. Both teams coming off blowout wins after their get-right games, even though I'd say Baltimore had a better week 1 loss. The best way I could summarize it is this. You have the elite running quarterback versus an elite pocket passer. You have 2 elite running backs. One is speed, one is power. Solid backup running backs. One is power, one is speed. Keaton Mitchell and David Montgomery. You have fun head coaches. One is all emotions and talks too much, and one doesn't talk enough and has no emotions. This is kind of like a very fun game. Oh, wait, by the way, according to certain sports books, One Fanatics is one of them. The line's up to 5 now.
Speaking of the spread, I was messing around earlier, and I asked Grok. I said, "Hey, Grok," I said, "You savvy son of a gun. Are the Lions going to cover against the Ravens?" And he shot back with, "Hey, he called me a spiffy gunslinger question shooter," something like that. He just complimented me right back. It was weird. I didn't know Grok was going to be like that. He talked to me like a bro. He was like, "Nah, I think this and that." He really said, "Nah." I was like, "Oh, Grok's a bro." Anyways, per Grok. Yeah, dude, it was wild. Yeah, I said, "What?" I don't know why. I was like, "Grok, you savvy gunslinger, is Detroit going to cover tonight?" And he goes, "Hey, you sneaky question slinger." I was like, "Okay, there, buddy, chill. Buy me a sandwich first." Anyways, so he said Baltimore is 6-1 all time versus Detroit. I don't know if any of this is correct. This is just Grok. 5 straight wins. I don't think the Lions have beaten the Ravens since 2017. Nate's having a heart attack. Right?
Sorry.
He said that the Lions have outscored the Lions by 58 in their last 3 meetings. And pretty much that notoriously, I think Lamar Jackson, they said, is 24-2 straight up versus NFC teams. So all that is pointing towards that they're probably going to get blown out. But Grok says he believes the Lions will cover. The Ravens will win, but he believes the Lions will cover. He's telling me now 31-24, but before he told me 31-27 Ravens. So either way, he thinks that he doesn't think the Lions are going to cover now, but a couple hours ago he did. But before he told me that he thinks the Lions will cover, but the Ravens will win 31-27. May or may not have thrown $5 on that exact correct score. We will see. But Grok believes Ravens win, Lions cover.
All right, Maddie, let's see if you're on a heater. Who is anytime touchdown tonight? Our first touchdown.
I was thinking about this. I don't want to go chalk because I want to really know if I have the Chris gene in me. So I'm trying to go outside the box. I'm not going to go crazy outside the box. I'm not going to say like Khalif Raymond or Isaac Tesla or Charlie Kohler, but I'm going to go slightly out of the box and say, I'm going to say Rashad Bateman.
That's who I have too.
Rashad Bateman, it's not a chalk pick, but he's also a guy that's not really getting a lot of burn this season. Fantasy-wise, he has not been doing much for me. So I think we're due for Rashad Bateman, little breakout moment. And yes, I'll shout out Brian because I think Brian was the one that put that in his start sit or something like that. Yeah. I think Brian mentioned something about Brian or Vince put out there that Rashad Bateman had a breakout thing incoming on a clip on social media. I don't remember which one it was, but shout out to one of them. That's where I got my idea from.
This cat, I swear to God. Now I got my sister. I got Boo trying to join the show. Stay in your chair. Freaking feel like Dr. Doolittle down here sometimes. I love the Rashad Bateman pick. That's my dog. Everyone knows I draft Rashad Bateman every year as my last picks because he's always good when I start him once just to drop 2 touchdowns. It makes no sense. He does it twice a year. It's usually 4 out of the 5 he scores every year are 2 games. So yeah, I took Bateman as first touchdown as well. I think a little deep shot over deep for Lamar Jackson will get it for me. But yeah, love that. Nate, any suggestions? Little prop bets you like for this game?
If I had to choose a anytime touchdown score or first touchdown score or whatever the case may be, I would choose Justice Hill, but that's just me being crazy. In terms of receptions, DeAndre Hopkins over 1.5 catches.
Justice Hill anytime is 360.
Oh, I thought that was okay. Well, no, skip that. Just give me DeAndre Hopkins 1.5 catches over.
Ooh, that's all his over is?
Yeah, I know. They don't believe in D-Hop. Disrespectful.
I got to go all the way because he's the fourth option in their team.
Jeez.
Okay.
By the way, Matt is our Grok was right. The Ravens are 6-1. The last time the Lions won was in 2005. That's their only win. I'm sorry, I can't.
I took D-Hop at +3 receptions for 305.
Perfect. I just can't get over the fact that Matt was called Spiffy friend. Or
He said something like that. He's spiffy or sneaky gunslinger, question slinger, something like that. It was something.
He
weird.
went right to the point with you. He didn't wait. He went right to the point.
He got real assertive there. All right. So we'll go around. So I believe, did all of us pick Baltimore on Thursday?
I
I
did.
picked Detroit.
Matt, Nate's lone wolf tonight, I guess.
I picked the Ravens, and looking at the 6-pack currently, Nate missed on Illinois and his upset, and he hit on Miami, Oklahoma, Chargers, and Eagles. Jared hit on Miami, Oklahoma, Chargers, Eagles, and missed on Illinois and your upset. I hit on Miami, Oklahoma, Indiana, Eagles, Chargers, and I missed my upset. And then Brian also
I hit on Chargers too, didn't I?
Yes, you got Miami, Eagles, Chargers, Oklahoma. You missed on Illinois and your upset. And then same thing for Brian, except he missed Illinois in his upset as well. So
are you about to
right
shoot
now,
100% in the 6-pack, you bastard?
well, I mean, I could if if Ravens win, but I did miss on the upset. So I could go 6 points on the week, work up to 20.
I want to kick Bielema down a flight of stairs.
But if you Ravens win, then we would be tied.
We're tied anyway.
No, I'm down by 1. You got 15, I have 14. So if you go 5 on the week and I go 6 on the week, we tie at 20.
Yeah. We still tie regardless. We both pick the same guy. We both get a point. We're already tied already.
Yeah.
Can I say one more football thing if that's okay?
Sure.
It doesn't get talked about how okay Travis Hunter has been this year.
He hasn't been terrible. He's been solid.
No, he's been straight okay.
Yeah,
I don't think
he's
that's
been solid, which is okay.
Did I tell you
The
guys about my
Jaguars are not a
future?
good team. I'm not looking for him to be game changing.
Did I tell you guys about my futures parlay with Travis Hunter involved in it?
Oh God.
So it consists of both needing Jared Goff and Josh Allen to have 30 or more passing touchdowns. It involves Saquon having 1,500 rushing yards.
Okay. Well,
We'll see. Bijan 1,250 rushing yards, which I think is going to be fine because he gets 100 and something a game. What's his name? Brees, I did put for 1,000. We'll see. And then the last one was Travis Hunter, 750 plus receiving yards.
so no Malik Neighbors. Good for you.
No, I did not. But I think I had like a $60 in FanDuel money, and I just threw it all on there. So it's like 5,700 if all that happens. But I'm sure one of them. I bet you Brees gets like 995. I'm like, hopefully not.
Yeah, hopefully. All right. You ready for cut 3? Oh, sorry. Keep 3, cut 5.
Kickers edition, a la Nate's request.
Thank you. Next week is punters.
Okay, stop it.
Nate, I don't even know like 4
Nate, I know 4 punters in the league, and I think 2 of them are retired. And one of them is Pat McAfee.
Put some respect on Jamie Gillian's name, okay?
One of them is Jamie Gillian.
I now know another punter.
Yeah, I know Matt Ariza, Braden Mann, and Jamie Gillian. That's it. I know 3 punters.
I now know Jamie Gillian. I knew Matt. I knew Braden Mann because he was ours. I know Austin McNamara because that's ours. Is any of the Angers still punt?
Scott Anger, I think.
Who?
Exactly. So we're not doing punters.
There's also Rigoberto Sanchez from the Colts, who has only punted once this year so far.
Yeah, we're not doing punters. I'm going to name you.
Nate, are you guys about to sign our boy Younghoe Koo?
Oh my God! I'm
Dude,
okay.
that'd be great. That has to
I will
happen.
go ballistic on Thursday if we saw Younghoe Koo, and I will get a straw hat and like introduce myself to Asian music if we sign Younghoe Koo.
This shit, man.
Hello.
Oh my god. Oh, for those
For the
of us that
record,
are of Asian descent, so please don't cancel us.
yeah, it wasn't us. It wasn't the two white guys up here. It was not.
No, it was not.
It's the bottom.
Oh,
the
dude,
the guy in the bottom.
Oh
If we
lordy!
say
All right.
Younghoe Koo- Oh my god.
Before Nate gets us actually canceled, Matt, let's kick this popsicle.
Okay. Keep 3, Cup 5, NFL Kickers Edition. Oh, this is actually going to be tough. Not going to lie to you guys. This is going to be tough.
I have my 3 in my head who are the 3 best, and then it's just the rest of them after that.
All right. We are starting off with one of the kickers for tonight's game, Jake Bates.
No,
Oh,
he's good.
man.
He's not that good.
He's good. Yeah.
The Brandon Aubrey.
Yes, he's the best kicker in football.
Sadly.
Yeah. What about Dicker the kicker, Cameron Dicker?
Yes. Cameron Dicker's ice, dude. He is ice. My
Okay.
top 3 kickers, I told you, were Dicker, Aubrey, and Elliott are the 3 best kickers in football right now.
All right. What about the rookie? I think he's a rookie down in Tampa, Chase McLaughlin.
No, but he could be up there.
He's been
He
able
didn't
to
miss 3 field goals in the first 2 weeks. Maybe.
maybe.
Another tough one, Chris Boswell.
Dude,
Ah.
the Boz is consistent, but he's never been a top 5 kicker. He's always kind of been just solid.
It's fair.
You know how
All
I'm
right,
holding up.
next one, he is hurt right now. But when he isn't hurt, he is a very good kicker. I'm talking Tyler Bass.
That's
Not-
a toughie.
That is a toughie. I think he's top 5, but I don't think he's top 3.
Okay.
Because with kickers, I look at like this consistency, power, and clutch. Those are the 3 things that matter with a kicker. And Bass is kind of in clutch.
All right. Just for a recap, we kept Brandon Aubrey. We cut Jake Bates. We kept Cameron Dicker. We cut Chase McLaughlin. We cut Chris Boswell. We cut Tyler Bass. There are 2 left. You got to keep one of them, and you got to cut the other one. We're going to start off with the man in the Midwest, Evan McPherson.
Dude, he had such a great rookie campaign, but he has fallen off so hard.
Has not been great. Or
Dude,
as
honestly,
great.
I would take Carlson on the Raiders over him at this point. Like, I don't think McPherson's that good anymore. He had that run, biblical level run his rookie year, and he's had like the yips ever since.
All right, so we're going to cut Evan McPherson.
If this isn't Jake Elliott, I might just run through a wall.
All right. We've kept Brandon Aubrey, Cameron Dicker, and we have cut Jake Bates, Chase McLaughlin, Chris Boswell, Tyler Bass, Evan McPherson, and you guys, I should say, have held out for the final kicker on this list.
It's Kai Forbath.
I don't know if I can show it on the screen for you to be able to see it, but this is who you have kept. Can you see the bottom name?
All
You
right.
suck.
That is Graham Gano.
Oh, you suck.
Just so you know,
Oh,
I wasn't.
I will give you credit because you basically you usually play with our emotions for the last one. Well, you went Aubrey early. You usually put the best player at the position later, and you play with our emotions in the middle. Nate's already bitter about Graham Gano, and I'm just mad you flipped the script on us.
I thought maybe Evan McPherson just because it's the last one, and you were like, "Oh, I don't know." I thought Boswell had the best chance.
I think
to
the
get
biggest
you to
mistake I made was telling you who my top 3 kickers were.
Well, I didn't adjust it. In all honesty, I didn't adjust this list at all during the segment. I made this about 20 minutes before. And
Obviously, if we're gonna do this again, then I would probably throw Bates in there, or Boswell.
Yeah, I thought Boswell could have been.
Bos was the
I thought it was a-
closest. Like Bass
I
is
thought
in
it was
clutch.
It was a risk throwing him in there early, but I also thought if I threw him in there a little early, you guys probably would be like, "There's somebody better." But yeah, now you know that this is a tough one.
Matt finally won. Ghost, what are you doing?
I heard that too. I'm not doing punters, Nate. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I couldn't even name you 4.
You gave me
And
Graham. That's okay.
if I got 8 and I named you like the Packers punter, you would be like, I don't know who that is. I guess I have to keep him. That's how that list is going to go. So maybe next week we'll finish off the offense and we will do just team offensive lines, not doing positions. We're just going to go like Eagles, Colts, Ravens offensive line or whatever. We'll go team by team.
So for those of you, I'm okay with that. For those of you at home wondering what the hell's happening on my screen right now, Ghost decided to jump from an armoire and try to go like in like the office where like they climb up into the ceiling. He tried to grab at something in the ceiling tiles and pull himself up. So I look over, he's just hanging by his paws, like fully stretched down the wall. Then falls, gets back up again. I had to throw like a little pen at something just to get his attention so he wouldn't do it again because he has worse ADHD than me. But I'm just like, oh God. So for those of you at home listening, I apologize for the sound effects. But yeah, I'm looking forward to offensive lines next week. It should be fun. We should do edge rushers too, but we should do keep 5, cut 8 or something because like there's so many good edge rushers.
There's no such thing as pick.
Dude, but you got to realize it's like edge rushers is based on preference.
But that's why it's difficult.
All right, if you want to do it, we can do it. I mean, I honestly think the easiest one was quarterback.
Yeah,
because we knew who our top 5 were. As long as we got 3 out of those 5, we were happy.
Yeah, Daniel Jones, Russell Wilson, and Nick Browning.
I exit stage right.
Hey, shout out to Daniel Jones once again. Hey, maybe we were the problem.
The one week I picked him up and I got
back,
15
baby.
Points.
What happened, man?
His Giants jersey belongs in a museum.
The one week I had to pick him up because Fields was out and I didn't trust Stroud. He only got me 15 points this time instead of like 20 something.
Yeah, I'm doing the rest of the show in the freaking Indiana Jones hat. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Korner Booth Podcast. I'm not showing off my hairline right now. Episode, I think 347. Wow, we're cranking. Yeah, we're kicking ass here. Shout out to our sponsors, Candidates.com, promo code BELLYUP20 for 20% off your purchase at checkout. Best substitute on the market. Righteous Felon bought a pack today while I was driving to work because I had no lunch. It was a great snack on the road. Promo code BELLY, 15% off your purchase at checkout. Official sponsor of everything Nate does, basically, because Nate's the troublemaker on the show now. And then SeatGeek.com, promo code BELLYUPSports for $20 off your first initial purchase. Some restrictions may apply. We hope you have an amazing week. We'll see you on Thursday for the Korner Booth pregame with new 6-pack, some new guests. We're going to have a good time with it. But that's it. That's all, folks. Have a great week. And Nate, you're doing great, buddy. We're proud of you.
Oh, thank you. Yes, unlike the Giants. Bye.